Well, the Winter Summit has come and gone, and an avalanche of new content's been brought to the plate. I'll let Aiza take it from here.
Curious little rats. So during last year's Summer Summit, we mentioned that we'd soon introduce some mid-level PVM in order to bridge the gap between mid and end game content. Now, we know that Valore is going to introduce plenty of PVM options in the form of Perilous Moons, Fortis Colosseum. We're going to share some more information about that later on, but we're not going to stop there, because Scurious the Rat King is designed to introduce core PVM mechanics and help newer players get to grips with combat. They're going to test your knowledge of overhead prayers, your dodging skills, and your ability to manage multiple monsters during a fight. All things that you'll need to master if you plan to take on tougher bosses later in your adventuring career. We do have rat bone weaponry. There'll be a weapon for each of the 3 different styles. You have a mace for melee, a bow for ranged, and a staff for mage, and they'll help you fight against the actual boss itself, increase your damage potential, and then also increase your experience. In addition, you can get spines, which can then be redeemed for experience lamps in combat XP specifically. And then of course, it wouldn't be a boss without a pet, so we do have the Scurious pet coming alongside it.
Scurious is going to be sniffing around January 24th. But will there be rats in the Shining Kingdom?
What is a Valore? I mean, that's a very loaded question.
God, how do you? I don't have to sum up Valore. Valore is like one of the biggest expansions we've ever made for old school. Entire new lands, entire new quests, entire new people. It's like a fusion of Rome and Mayan.
It is just so much content packed into one update.
We've got Civitas Illa Fortis.
We have the Colosseum,
Perilous Moons,
the Hunter Guild.
We have agility, we have thieving, we have combat, we have questing. There's just so much to get your teeth stuck into.
Valore is going to be coming March 20th in its RuneScape debut. Part 1 contains tons of content, including the Hunter's Guild, the Perilous Moons, and the highly anticipated Fortis Colosseum. Part 2 will be huge as well.
The first thing coming in Valore Batch 2 will be the island of Alderin, an island that contains a couple of different things, including a very interesting and old school RuneScape-y feeling quest that involves a murder mystery, as well as some new skilling content, such as a herblore activity that takes advantage of some of the local and unique features in the area. This is going to give some exciting new herblore items, as well as providing new content for level 70+. The second thing coming with Valore Batch 2 will be the Hailstorm Mountains. On top of these mountains, you might find yourself a fearsome new group boss that you can battle it out with you and some friends.
And if the kingdom's not shiny enough, perhaps the high-definition release will be.
Hi, I'm Mod West, Senior Environment Artist on Old School, and I'd like to talk about our art and engine technology. Old School's visuals are charming, timeless, nostalgic, and through multiple community-made mods, also very customizable. For some time now, we have been working on ways to update our technology to provide improvements to the overall visual quality of our game and add more options for our players. Today, we are ready to talk about it. We are thrilled to announce a major overhaul to our rendering technology with the introduction of the latest version of RuneTech. This is a brand new renderer that is going to allow us to push Old School's visuals and performance to new levels of quality and provide modern quality of life improvements that our players have come to expect. Once released, players can choose from 2 graphics options inside the settings menu. The first of these modes is SD. This mode runs RuneTech with custom emulation features, allowing us to run the game to the original 2007 look with pixel perfect accuracy, while taking full advantage of RuneTech's modern rendering improvements. For those who want a truly traditional feel, this is the mode for you, unchanged forever 2007. For those players who want to take the visuals further, we have our new HD mode. This contains all the original models and maps, but adds multiple new rendering features to enhance the player experience.
Before we do move on, there was a mention about maybe some sort of plugin API. Can you tell us a bit more about what that is?
So we are exploring working on our own kind of plugin API. Essentially, you know, the plugin hub on RuneLite, but on our own client too. It means like we'll be able to surface additional information that perhaps people can't get on RuneLite, because a lot of the kind of RuneLite plugins mainly guesswork based around what they can see, whereas we're able to we're hoping to be able to feed info directly. So really exciting. I think this is the most exciting prospect.
This new system will allow for glowing fires, dynamic lighting, and even skyboxes, which will be strictly optional, of course. It's quite a change from the 2008 era HD graphics, and it is more akin to the 117scape HD graphics that are currently on RuneLite. Of course, it wouldn't have been a summit without an update on Old School's very first new skill, Sailing, which they best described appropriately with a chart.
Okay, let's take a look at our roadmap. As you can see, we've split the development process into 9 major milestones, which we're aiming to complete in order. We're currently on navigation, with the next stages focusing on primary gameplay, ship customization and crew system, ship combat, and then secondary gameplay. Once those have been developed, we'll work our way up to more advanced gameplay that links the entire skill together.
We've now developed the core infrastructure of the skill, allowing you to gain XP, level up, and view your level among your other stats. We've also looked at issues such as tying it into the max cape, so you can quickly get back to work at earning your bragging rights back. You can also own boats of different types now, letting you build up your collection from small rowboats to much larger ships and galleons.
If the sea isn't salty enough for you, maybe Deadman mode and wilderness updates will do the trick.
Building on the success of Deadman Apocalypse, we want to make breaches a little bit more random, a little bit more difficult. For the finale, we also want to make it a bit more chaotic because we saw the feedback that there just wasn't enough chaos. There weren't enough monsters killing everyone, so we want to work on that and make sure we give the players and the viewers a great experience.
He also discusses a wilderness update with low-level hotspots, which is tasty content for my fellow high-risk hardcore Ironmen out there. And for the lore lovers out there, we've got a big one coming.
Of all the many storylines found in RuneScape, few are as memorable as the Majorat series. And of all of the quests in that series, none are as iconic as While Gothic Sleeps. Anyone who's played Desert Treasure 2 will already know that the Majorat storyline is taking its own path in Old School. As such, you can expect various changes to the original quest to keep it in line with our vision for this story, along with various quality of life improvements to ensure that it matches up to the standards of a modern quest. Prayers vary depending on your current god alignment, but you can only be aligned to one god at a time. The idea originally came from a popular player suggestion that we absolutely love, and with While Gothic Sleeps we're hoping to introduce the first god alignment in the form of some Gothixian prayers, the Rites of Balance. But of course, a god alignment system with only one alignment would be quite boring, so we're already thinking about what the other alignments could focus on. And yes, that includes introducing the Zerosian alignment as an additional reward from Desert Treasure 2. So there you have it, the return of RuneScape's most iconic quest along with an exciting selection of new rewards. And if that wasn't enough, we also have another iconic Majorat quest making a comeback. Many of you will have already noted that we're missing one key requirement for While Gothic Sleeps in Old School, so we're happy to confirm that Defender of Varrock will also be making its return this year. Just like with While Gothic Sleeps, this will be the Defender of Varrock you know and love, but with various changes to account for the future direction of the Majorat storyline, along with a range of quality of life improvements as well. And with that, all that's left to say is thank you.
Fill in all the blanks. There we have it with release dates where we can. So we've got Scurious literally coming out next week, the first update following the summit. Really excited to see how that one goes down. I think it's going to be a great new piece of content for everyone to get engaged in. Obviously the focus of Scurious being combat experience, but it really is meant to be helping to bridge the gap between low level to high level PVM. So if you've not really had chance to explore PVM as a whole, this is going to be a really good way to do it. And it's not going to feel like a waste of time either, because you're also going to get some of the best XP rates for combat in the game. And then you can snag some juicy loot with the rat bone weaponry as well.
The official roadmap looks amazing from here. With this only being the first half of the year and into the summer too, we've got a lot more stuff that's probably going to be on the way in the later half of the year as well. Don't forget to head over to the polls to make your voice heard, because this was a huge amount of content. But the real reveal was this still frame of a whiteboard in Jagex HQ that clearly leaked upcoming content. And now welcome to the latest 48 hours of updates from the world of RuneScape. You may have noticed I am not KempQ, and that is because I locked him in a cage for one entire month and took over the channel. So you're stuck with me. Get used to it.
Read. I just didn't want to like make note of it. That's all, Carl. Give it attention. You get me? How you doing, by the way? Welcome. What's this guy got? Karasi, AGS, Claws. He's eating a bit high too. Oh, Client. I see. Was that Client? I don't know. Did he insta from Cabo?
That's right. One tick the crossbow, as well as a fighter torso, an Inferno cape, and even Vengeance.
What a stack. What a move. Good fight, man. The perfect insta-venge. 256 mil.
Yeah, that should make up for the death. Recently, a Reddit post pointed out that superior creatures cannot spawn if there's not enough space for them when a normal monster dies. It turns out that this was actually confirmed by Mod Ash about a year ago. And I feel like more people should know about this, because if you're safe spotting these Slayer creatures in a spot where a superior can't spawn, well, you're probably losing out on some imbued hearts. This one coming from the Discord submissions, Emento says his friend got an Altor Vistage and the Butch Pet in the same kill. That's one combination I don't think I've seen before. Afzal here in the Inferno on his hardcore group Iron Man, meaning that this is not a safe death, and he's got a bad spawn.
I should have tallied out 10 million years. Oh my god, I'm in a PvP world. I should have tallied out 1 million years ago.
He didn't tally until he used all of his food. Legend.
Buy fast. And when you get a chance, you can drop your super combats for space. Also, when you get a chance, you can sip a dose of brew and sip a dose of restore, and then drop the partial restore for inventory space, leaving you with just 1 full brew, 1 full restore. There we go. This is gonna be a... Why am I confused? Oh, why am I confused here? My brain. Sorry. What? Wait, why am I so confused? Huh? Wait, why is it saying it? Huh? Wait. I'm very confused. This is... The plugin's wrong. The plugin's wrong. It's not supposed to be this way. What the hell? Why is the plugin saying... Why is the plugin telling us to do this?
Will Kirby finally finish the mining puzzle? Will the boys ever see a purple despite averaging 15 deaths per raid? Find out next time on RuneScape Chronicles. And I've been your semi-permanent host, Poison Potion. It's great to be back on the channel. If you want to, you can go ahead and see some high-res hardcore content on my Twitch channel, which you'll find in a link in the description. We'll see you next time.